Okay, thank you very much for your coming to this place today,
Yes.
Mr. Allister J. White.
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much for your coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Yes.
so this is a kind of the interview about your experience in Japan as a kind of the assistant English teacher in the Kamimura High School, right?
In Kamigoto
I'm sorry.
High School.
Kamigoto High School.
Yes.
In the Kamigoto High School, it's very far away from the Nagasaki's kind of the main island prefecture. So
Right.
it is a little far away from there because this is a kind of the island, right?
Right.
So how about your experience in Japan? Actually, you are coming from the America, and you are originally comes from the America, Mississippi or Missouri?
Indiana.
Oh, Indiana.
Indiana.
You are originally coming from Indiana. How do you
Right.
feel about that?
Yeah, so first of all, this opportunity to be on an island is very, very special.
Yeah.
I think for ALTs, assistant language teachers, most of them are on the mainland,
Yeah.
but some of us get chosen to come to an island like this.
Oh.
So I think that's the first big difference between here and back home in America is just island life. Having to take a ferry, a boat, to go to a mall or anywhere that has a lot of people, a lot of buildings. That's definitely something that has been hard to get used to.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'd say on the more general side of just Japan versus America, man, where do I start? There's so many differences, but yeah, just the transportation for one, being able to rely on like buses and
Yeah.
public transportation, always on time.
Yeah, right.
I really, really like that. In America, it's not always on time,
Yeah.
so the food is completely different. I love how accessible. It's super easy to get food.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have to break the bank or pay a bunch of money to just get lunch. I can get a bento for like 500 yen.
Right.
Or what have you, and I really love how convenient it is to get food in Japan.
Right.
But yeah, there's so many differences. Going back to just assistant language teaching, getting to see the difference in education.
Yeah.
Education in America and Japan is
Right.
completely different.
Right.
So yeah, if we can go into education a little bit there, I know that when you get to the college level, there's more similarity between like Japanese college or an American college. But since I teach at high school, it's been something to get used to for sure. Like the homeroom system, having students stay in their room and the teachers come to the room to teach.
Right.
It blew me away when I first came.
Right.
Because I never thought you could do school like that. In America, we all go to our own classes and stuff, and every single class is in a different room. So yeah, that's been a big thing with education that's different, but there's so much more.
All right. So all the arrangement of the seats are fixed, and
Yeah.
you actually do you have some kind of the roll call every time for the beginning of the class?
Yeah, there's
beginning of the class.
attendance.
Attendance. Yeah. How do you call that? In Japan, I sometimes call it a roll call, but
Roll call.
or you are just saying the
Attendance.
Make sure of the attendance.
Yeah,
right?
so at my school, they don't say their name, but the teacher, the sensei, will always check their attendance
All right.
if they're here or not. And of course, there's the greeting before class.
Yeah.
That's another thing different, the aisatsu, because we don't do that in America. But yeah, even the beginning of class with attendance, we do attendance in America too, but the greeting is different, and I'd say maybe at the beginning of the semester in America, the teacher does not know everyone's name. So please raise your hand if you're here. Say
Right.
here. there's that. We
Yeah.
do have that in America.
Yeah.
I think maybe because this island is smaller, there's
Yeah.
less students.
Mhm.
I have not seen that here in Japan personally. So I'd say with the roll call and attendance, there's more of that in America actually,
Yeah.
from what I have seen. But
How many students do you have in your class?
so usually it depends on the class, but my biggest class is 32 students.
32 students is a
32.
very usual case.
That's
In
usual.
Japan, it's a very usual because
That's-
I feel that this island is a very kind of the very big size one for me. So
Really, it's a bigger island.
It's actually, for example, this island has the 16 elementary school.
Yeah.
You know the elementary schools, and I find that many people are living there. So
Wow.
yes, 31 and 35 is a common case in Japan today. So because of kind of the decreasing of the child
Right.
number, yes.
Right,
so,
right.
right, but at the same time, it might be easier for you to teach the students in such a kind of the size.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have a teaching experience before
Yeah.
I came. I was just a student, but I definitely think the smaller the class, the easier
Yeah,
my
right.
job gets. So again, I only have one class that's
Mhm.
32.
Mhm.
Usually it's about 18 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think when it's smaller, it's easier to teach. But at the
Mm.
same time, it's a bit of an issue
Mhm.
because smaller classes means the population's going down,
Yeah.
less children, less students. So
You need much more concentration of the individual students.
that's
right?
fair. Yeah. So I need to make sure I know each student's strengths and
Ah, that's
weaknesses,
right, yeah.
and I'm thankful I am in a position where I can do that
Mhm.
because I teach smaller classes. But yeah, that's very important. I would say I need to consider that when I make lesson plans.
Mhm.
So perhaps I can talk a little bit about what I do
Yeah,
as an
right.
assistant language teacher. So yeah, so usually I will participate in class by being a source of native English.
Mhm.
Anytime we learn new vocabulary
Yes.
or there's a passage to be read, I'm usually the one to read it 1st,
Mhm.
and the students will repeat after me.
All right.
On those days where I'm helping with the curriculum, the content, I'm usually helping clarify
Mhm.
grammar points,
Mm-hmm.
confirm it's correct,
Yeah.
and maybe introduce some slang or American culture while I do so.
Right. They love that.
They
yes.
love that.
Slangs, yes.
And then on some days, I get to have control over the activity. I would say more often than not, I do English games.
Yes.
So man, there's so many games, but one game I do is we have a little dictionary with
Mhm.
English and Japanese words. So I'll have all the students separate into groups.
Yes.
I will say an English word,
Mm-hmm.
and then the students have to write the Japanese
All right.
on maybe like a paper or a
Mhm.
whiteboard. And the first team to show their answer and it's correct will get a point.
Okay, great.
So that's just one example of the
Mm.
game that I do, but really I just do whatever the sensei in the classroom,
Mhm.
I always teach with a sensei, needs me to do,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of help facilitate the English learning.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So in many cases, you have some collaboration with the Japanese teacher
Absolutely.
to create one class activity. right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yes.
Right.
So how do you feel about the differences between the American education of the language to the English in Japan's case?
Right. So it's very interesting to me. So as just an American,
Mhm.
when I learned Spanish in high school,
Right.
it was similar. We had a textbook,
Mhm.
we had homework, we
Yes.
had that. But one big difference is that there's much more of an emphasis on reading in Japan.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There's so much reading and translation even of
Mhm.
text to Japanese,
that's right.
of Japanese to English. Whereas in America, there is more of a focus on speaking,
Mm.
I would say. So overall, it's
Mm.
similar. There's a textbook, there's homework, grammar, we learned that the same. But concentration on the class itself. I feel like Japan is more on reading and America is more on speaking.
That's right. So in such a case, you know, the Japanese people are very good at translation from the English to the Japanese, but sometimes it is a little difficult for them to express themselves in English in the conversation. So it might be a kind of the very a kind of the necessary for the Japanese teachers to learn in what way they can kind of the give much more chances for the Japanese students to have some kind of the Japanese language or I'm sorry, English conversation possibility or English conversations chance to do, you know, to have some conversation with in English, I think. So how do you? It's a sometimes. I feel that, you know, sometimes people commenting that the Japanese students are a little shy about having some conversation with each other in English. How do you break through about that kind of issue?
There's definitely shyness, but honestly, there's that shyness in America too. I definitely remember being in Spanish and nobody wanted to try speaking Spanish. It was there too. I'd say, for me, I try and create games with little pressure to speak. If I ask someone what something means in English, and I just wait until someone raises their hands, no one's gonna want to answer. They don't want to be wrong in front of the class. They don't want to just translate on the spot. So what I do is I create activities where there's no pressure and being right or wrong does not matter, because it's usually group activities or in pairs, 2 and 2. So for me it's really important to make them feel safe, make them feel like it's okay to be wrong, which is usually a lot harder to do when I'm not there. I feel like if I'm not there, it's very serious, it's very high tense, high pressure, and no one wants to try speaking because no one wants to be wrong. But for language learning, as you know, you need to make mistakes to get better. So it's difficult, but
anyway, it's always very difficult for us to improve our ability, especially in the conversation, you know, ability. So, but I feel that in Japan's case, the teachers are not so insisting on the creativity of the students' ability rather than the kind of the high score of the examination. So how do you feel about that in Japan's case, in Japan's education? Do you feel about that? How do you feel about that?
I 100% agree. It might be a little, forward of me to say this, but as a linguist as well, as someone who studied linguistics in college, I truly feel like prioritization of examinations and testing for English ends up having a detrimental effect on their English ability. Of course, if your target goal is reading, then I suppose, you might be able to read a passage and gather information from that. But for me, language is all about communication. So I really feel like when you prioritize reading, you're missing out on the crucial part of language, which is the communication. How do you use it to communicate? And so I really do feel personally that Japan is actually, with the way they've prioritized testing and examinations, students put so much time into taking and research and studying English, but eventually, if they don't use it at all, they end up forgetting that English ability. So
they are not enjoying the creative, some kind of the creative activity using English. So in Japan, so it's a very regretful thing for me. You know, I want to do some kind of the creative activity in English always. So I just want to create some kind of the writing or some kind of the composition or some kind of the activity in English. But it's such a kind of the activity activity is not so directly connecting to a kind of the examination or some kind of the scoring of the student's ability. So this is a very important point for us to solve in our today's English education in Japan, I think.
Right.
Yeah. Excuse me, you know, I kind of. Now I would like to stop my interview here now, temporarily.
Temporarily.
Yes.